So currently I'm one of the founding members of the Utah chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I've done that for the last 14 years. I came to the organization after losing my dad to suicide. And his death was one that obviously rocked my world. I knew he struggled, we all did. We watched him battle severe depression for all of our lives, but it just wasn't something that he saw for what it was. He didn't see it as an illness. He really saw it as a moral failing within himself, I think, and just couldn't understand why he couldn't cope with certain stuff that other people seemed to be doing fine with. And in addition, he just had lots of life, life experience, physical health conditions, surgeries, and that led him into an addiction to opiate medication, and that just took him out. He could not get sober. And again, a lot of that just saying guilt and shame of why can't I stop? Why can't I quit? I think eventually was what took him out. He just couldn't do it anymore. And so, his death, it taught me a lot of things, and again, the conversations that were happening around suicide, especially at that time, were so shame-filled. It wasn't like people showed up with casseroles at our house, and not because they were insensitive, just not knowing what do I say, how do I address this? And so we felt very isolated, and again, some of the comments, would be, insensitive. He was selfish, or how could he do that to you kids? And I always understood why. I've been there. I've had depression. I lived with that darkness. I know what our brain tells us in those moments, in the darkness, that we feel that I can't do this anymore, and everybody would be better off because I'm just causing harm, to everyone in my life because I can't function. I'm not able to do what I normally could do, and not understanding it in ourselves. And so I just wanted to know more about what got him there, and so I just began to search. I got online and tried to find support, number one. The only support group I found back then was up in Layton, and it still runs today. It's an amazing woman, Judy Bazowski. I don't know if you've heard about her, but she runs a group called Legacy after losing her son, and that was the only one in Utah at the time. There since has been, obviously more that have come, but I just started looking for support and answers, and that's when I came across AFSP.